Okay, today is Monday, whatever, 17th or whatever it is, and we've been working, or I've been working basically. Karen hasn't been able to do very much. I have been working now since Thursday on this floor, and it's fine. We're coming along very nicely. This is the 6th sack, approximately 12-gallon bag of sawdust that I'm 100, well, yeah, the planks are 100 years old, so it's 100-year-old sawdust. Of course, the trees were older than that, I suppose, but in any case, it's there's a lot of sawdust. It's not easy to get out of the bag because the opening at the top is not very large, and the sawdust itself is it's almost sticky. It's just thick and doesn't really go through the opening very well. If you do this outside, you can shake it more, but pouring down rain, and I don't want to go down 4 flights of stairs to take this out every time. Karen does this when she's here. She's off. Oh, yeah, she's off at the moment with Andor, the veterinarian, getting his yearly shots, and problem with this is you shut the door, you seal the bottom with wet rags and so on. The whole house gets full of dust anyway. I mean, this spruce wood dust is really not all that bad. It's not like cement dust, and that was the problem we had with this room. There was as much as half of an inch of cement on this floor. We had to get that off first, and we thought we could sand it off. But in fact, we wound up having to actually scrape it off. We have from Bosch vibrating scrapers. You have to get down on your hands and knees and scrape, and it's really hard work. But we found out that there was no way the machine was going to do it. The cement was just too thick. So we had to bust off what we could, and the rest we did sand down, of course. I used number 16 sandpaper, really coarse, the coarsest sandpaper there is for this machine anyway. Looks like it has boulders on the surface. And I used, I think 11 of these sanding belts. Of the number 16. Now I've used 4 number 24. What you do is you go across the room diagonally from lower right to upper left there, and then from lower left to upper right, you cross so that you have a cross pattern. But what you're doing is the boards have buckled. They're like this. And that's why the cement was used to flatten that out. So you have to take off that round part of the buckle on each board. And so you go back and forth diagonally, so you don't, if you try to go across this way, the machine jumps up and down and actually probably makes the situation worse. If you go the long way, it doesn't get enough bite. It doesn't really get in, and the wheels sit, of course, down in in the, one time they sit down in the valley and one time they sit up on the hill. So you have to go diagonally for the first, I think I did, I think I did 8 times in each direction. And got it so that it's flat enough then that I can start going lengthwise. And then when you start going lengthwise, I went once with the 16 lengthwise. That took off the rest of the little patches of cement that were still stuck in there. And then I went to 24, and now I've done 24 3 times, the full length of the room in both in the long direction. And now I'm changing, this is 40. This is 40 grit, and I'll do 40 grit at least 4 times back and forth the whole length. I'll probably use 2 or 3 of these 40s. Because they do wear out. They get, even from the soft wood, they get dull. And when I get the 40s done, then I'll do 60, and when I get 60, then I'll do 80, and when I get 80 done, I'll do 100. And then it'll be smooth enough. In the meantime, Karin's going to have to countersink some of these nails again, because I've taken off so much wood that some of them are already looking out, poking their heads out of the wood. So she'll have to countersink them again. And when I've got the 100 done, then we'll go around the edge. The whole edge has to be done. You can see there's still a brown edge there. That's the old oxblood paint that they used. And we'll do the edge all around the room. We have a special sander, a special disc sander that also has a bag that collects the dust. If you try to do this without dust collection, it's utterly impossible. It's just the room you can't even see. So when we get the edge done, also going up from, well, we'll probably have to start with 24 and go up to 100. Then I can use the big disc sander. I have a big disc sander like a floor polisher. And we'll do 120 with that, and that'll be all. Then we'll cover the floor up with milk carton paper like we have the other floor out there, and finish the walls and the ceiling, get the room finished otherwise. And when that's all done, then we'll vacuum everything and sweep, and I'll actually use a leaf blower to blow all the loose dust out and everything, and then vacuum again and again and again, so that we can then oil the floors. You don't want to oil the floors if there's any dust, of course, because you just attach the dust to the floor then. So that's where I am at the moment. This machine is very powerful. It's very, very loud. It's very heavy. Weighs about 100 kilos, 220 pounds, and it's got a big, I forgot, 2.5 horsepower electric motor, and it doesn't just have a sanding disc, of course. It also has a huge fan that sucks the dust up, like a big vacuum cleaner as well. And the fan and the sanding disc are driven by V-belts that are down on this side over here. And I just determined, I heard you have to wear, or I wear ear protection, eye protection, of course dust respirator, and But still, I heard something happening and I realized the belt was slipping. So I tightened the belt, the V-belt, the drive belt. And now there's something else making a funny noise. I don't know what it is. I hope the machine doesn't cave in on me, because we really do need to finish this up and get it out of here. Changing the belt is very simple. The sanding belt. There's a lever on this side that you pull up here that releases. It's just like a regular belt. So I see the belt has slipped in here. It's not running smooth. What do you say? Evenly. I'm afraid there is something wrong with this machine. I'm not sure. But it's a rental machine. We've rented it before. We did the other 750 square meters. This room is about 300 square meters, by the way. I'm sorry, it's 750 square feet. This room is about 300 square feet. And you just push the sanding belt in here. Hello? Hello? And let the lever down. And then you can make sure that the belt is running evenly by starting the machine for a moment. Something's wrong with it. Hm? Nee, irgendwas stimmt nicht. Das Ding fährt hin und her.
Welches Ding fährt hin und her?
Das Band.
Keine Ahnung.
Guck mal. Schau mal.
Muss man dann nicht diese Scheiben drauf machen?
Ja, das darf nicht rausgehen. Ne?
Ach so, ja, das verstehe ich nicht.
So I'm going to have to figure there's an adjustment here for this.
Hast du mal in der Anleitung gelesen?
Yeah, I'll have to adjust it and see. So I'll turn the camera off for the moment and try to figure out what's wrong here.
Aber es sieht gut aus.